This is a rare video of a trance demonstration by Gordon Higginson, which took place in the library of Stansted Hall on the 11th of April 1991. Although many of Gordon's trance demonstrations were recorded on audio tape, this is one of only two that I know of that were recorded on video. The recording lasts for about 1 hour 18 minutes and it's well worth watching to experience Gordon's trance work. It begins with a trance address by Choo Chow, an oriental guide who shares philosophy and teaching. This is followed by trance clairvoyance given by Gordon's Irish guide Paddy with his trademark humour. Trance clairvoyance is where the spirit guide acts as a medium, bringing forward information from those in spirit. Before the demonstration begins, the light in the library was turned off, leaving only the daylight from the windows. The video therefore starts off with some light but becomes progressively darker as the evening progresses, and ends with almost total darkness. As with many video recordings of this era, both the video and sound quality are not very good compared to modern recorders. Also, since camcorder tapes were limited to 30 minutes, the recording was spread across 3 tapes, and there is a loss of continuity where the tapes were swapped out in the camcorder. The video was recorded by Eric Williams, also known as Peter Williams, and we're very grateful to Eric for making this valuable recording available to us all. I do hope you enjoy it.
Whenever you're sitting, do try to wear clothes that are loose, nothing that's tight on your body. And try not to have too much clothing on. And be very relaxed, very important that you are. And prepare, always prepare, get everything right for the spirit, be prepared. And they then will help in their own way. I can never promise anything, as you know, and I just hope that those in the other world will say, Gordon's at it again, so we're going to go and see what's happening. And I hope that we will have some quite nice results. So should we have the lights off, please? Whenever you're doing trance, there should always be a prayer. So we'll ask Mrs. Wakeling. Okay.
We join our thoughts with love tonight and say thank you to God and also to those of our spirit friends who we know can make the contact through the power of spirit. They bring to us love and we feel happy when they are around us. Many times we are thinking of them and we know that when they do come back, they have a message. And that message is very important because it is one of love. We give thanks to those who are working tonight. Those we know are the helpers, the ones that come back to Gordon time again, bringing us the proof that there is no death, linking in with our thoughts in the love of spirit. And when we finish this of our seance tonight, may we know we have dwelt on memory's shore and that we are happy, for we've come together as friends, sitting as friends, and know that the spirit friends are very close to us. Our loved ones are very special to us, so we feel that they are very close to us. Thank you for the understanding of spiritism. Amen. you want to drink?
I bring to you greetings from this world of light and power, that for a while we may be joined together in the love of light. A great host of souls who have once lived you put aside all things which may come between us. And to remember as we gain life from the same Father, we are one. We have the same opportunities and destinies, and the same loving guidance from the Most High. So tonight, in the power you have built, we come to you, bringing you the love of your family and your friends. We seek to bring the power to flow through your being, to be refreshed in this power to live. At times, during life's experience, you fall by the wayside, tired of times of the struggles to continue life's journey. But in those moments of despair, the great light that comes from your being reaches to the great souls of the higher world. And angels come in the form of your family and friends to stay with you until you are able to take up the tools of life again. Do not fear of your failings. The great power is not concerned only with your success, but with those moments of weakness. You are here upon this world to find and learn the answers to all experiences of life. All soul has journeyed through the experience of life, that it may take its place in the world in which you live. This planet passes through the turmoil and strife of the age of greed and selfishness. There are great souls that walk the earth, filled with the great power to serve, and to touch the earth itself with the spirit of understanding the needs of all. As the world is extending spiritually, as it decreases physically, for the great power reaches out to this great center of light, among you there are those who will send loving thoughts on the waves of love, so that those souls yet unborn will find a place of love here. Our world that we come to understand and compare with the world you live is directed by spiritual laws. For the material laws of your earth are only here. And life's experience is to understand creation, how the whole came into being. Your journey through your life here and beyond is the journey to unfold the mysteries of life and of death, to find yourself manifesting this power which comes deep within, and recognizing the earth as but the soil of growth. And many of you have been called to serve the Lord of all lords. The flames of existence in the light of spirit. You have been called that those greater souls may gaze upon you and see from your heart and your soul your strength, the strength of purpose, the strength to understand. So I come to you to ask that in the moments when your thoughts rise from the earth and all its material cravings and belongings to the heights of spirit, so that you are touched by this higher mind that brings to you an awakening. I come with a message of purpose. For your thoughts have come to our world, and many of you are suffering those pangs of despair, and for a while you are in a wilderness. There seems at times to be no point to your life. You fail to see the signposts on the road of your life. For around many of you are heartaches deep. And sometimes that feeling of loneliness, that feeling, if only I could relive. But along the road of life, roads, many crossroads, many paths, and many tracks. And all these ways are experiences of your existence upon this earth. And seek deep within your being, for the power will be given to you when you open up the path that leads to your heart and your soul. Do not fear the future. This year that you are passing through is a year of struggle, a year of building, a year of sorting out the things which are right and those that are wrong. There are hundreds of ways and paths. The world is passing through the experience of not knowing what lies beyond. But our world has heard the cry from the hearts and souls of people in all parts of the world. And a vast army of souls to serve the Great One, draws close to this earth. Not an army equipped to kill, but an army equipped to serve. Great hosts are close to this earth. Greater souls who have passed through great and vast experiences of life are now touching this earth. Do not be afraid. Lift up your hearts to the joy of life may flow through your being. Seek the great kingdom that lies before you. And to know that the love and power and peace flows through you and with you. Let the winds of heaven bring their breezes of spiritual knowledge to you. Let your thoughts always be the higher things of life. Let your joys be shared with your family and your friends. Let your thoughts of darkness be placed in the ground and buried away. But let your kindness and caring be seeds of love. The world you live is moving onwards. The world you live will still be moving through the heavens and the spaces of life. in yet millions of years still to come. And you will see life in all its greatness and its beauty. And you will serve the souls who wait to find a place upon this earth. And many earths will come and flourish. For from here will spring the souls of earth. Let your light so shine that those who touch you will feel the good that comes from you. I bring to you always the love and beauty from our world. For it is not my world or your world, but our world. For here is the great mysteries unfold of life. Then breathes that great power of the living force of creation. Let the sound of life fill your being, and rise to the mountain tops, that you may have the vision of life. May you find a meaning for your living. Build and don't destroy. Love, do not hate. Care, and let your caring go before you. The power of the Great Spirit is ever with you. Power to love is always deep within you all. For no child of God ever enters this world without love. No child is ever away from the hand of God. And no one is so full of hate that love cannot be found. Seek the light of truth, and the dawn will come to you. And if those problems that you face in your life seem to haunt you as you march forward, do not fear. When your world and all around you seems lost, and for a while you cry into the heavens for help, and it seems not to come,
power waits for a moment which is right for you. So look to the power that brought you here, and the angels who protected you, so that no harm could come to you. And they will keep you with their love. It is good to be with you. Let the prayer of loving be always with you. The prayer of forgiving always around you. And the prayer of spiritual growth ever be within your soul. God is everywhere. The power to love and care is always with you. And you who serve have been chosen. When they know you serve, you follow. We ask that you just think and understand the love that comes to you. You follow. And you say that your loved one is very close to you.
Very much.
Takes your hand and places there on your finger the ring with a star of love. We are friends, and we can speak our minds to each other so that we don't upset each other. Are you listening?
Yes.
Because if you come to friends, you expect them to understand. Are you following now?
Yes.
And so therefore, if I say something to you that you may not feel that you want to hear, don't worry about it because you've got that. I want to say there's a gentleman here that says he's John.
Thank you, Paddy.
And he says, why has she had a ring with a star in it, and he hasn't given you a ring with a little amethyst in it?
Thank you.
You follow?
I follow Paddy.
He says he's looked for something to give to you, and that he's got no money at all. You just have to be satisfied with the cheapest thing you can find. Are you following that?
I'm following Paddy.
He never used to tell you what he was going to buy you, and used to think sometimes he was going to forget all about it.
That's right.
And then at the last moment he'd bring you something, and he'd always give you a little bit, and then he'd say, well, that's all you're going to get, but later on you got something better.
That's right.
Are you following now?
I'm following.
Hey, he tells me that I've got to tell you the dog's with him.
Oh, thank you.
and that they've met on our side of life, and they're having a very nice time, if you don't mind me saying so.
I can believe it.
And he says it's the first time now that it's been free from what you've been thinking for a long time. And you now don't leave him alone because you're asking him if he's all right and if he's doing the right things.
Yes, Paddy.
Can you follow me?
I can follow you.
Hey, but he's met quite a lot of his family and friends.
That's right.
Do you understand?
I understand.
And he says he's very proud about the little one.
Thank you.
Can you follow what they're saying?
Oh, yes, I can. Thank you.
And to tell you that though you've made one journey, you'll make another journey, but this time it'll be a journey that'll take something else in.
Thank you.
Are you listening?
I'm listening.
You sure you follow what I'm saying?
I'm certain I'm following you.
I have to tell you that he's come to be able to bring you close to you and let you know that they are still thinking of you. And he said the days of when he used to fuss you a great deal were over long ago.
Yes.
You had to take him as he was.
Oh, yes.
And there were some times he never spoke at all, and you know it.
Oh, yes, that's
And then
quite
when you
right.
never answered him, he says, aren't you asking me what's the matter with myself?
Quite right.
Well, he hasn't changed on our side because he still has a little feeling towards people.
Thank
Are you listening now?
Yes, I'm listening, Paddy.
And he says you look at the garden, but you only think about it.
That's quite
And you think of what you're going to do and how much you can spend.
right. Yes.
You follow me?
Oh, yes, I do.
And he says when he was there, you never asked him, you expected him to get on with it.
Definitely.
And he says he likes to feel that some of the plants that he moved when you went to where you are now solid in the soil and doing well.
Oh, they're doing very well.
Because he's there every night praying for them with his hands together. Are you following what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm following very well, Paddy.
And he says he only has to give you a little bit of freedom and away you are.
Definitely.
And you've been saying to yourself, I can please myself at the moment, but I wonder if he's watching, shaking his head as he would do when he was here.
Yes, that's perfectly true.
I have to tell you, he shakes his head before you do it. I hope you can follow what I'm saying to you.
Oh, I can, Paddy, thank you.
And he wants to say that he's seen you with 3 of them.
Yes.
You've been talking together now.
Oh, yes, we have.
You follow?
Yes, I do.
And they've been saying that his bite and his bark was worse than his bite. I think I've got it the wrong way around.
I know what you mean.
You follow now?
Yes, I do.
And he says he's glad that you know what you're doing.
Yes, thank you.
I hope you can follow now.
Oh, I can.
I have to tell you that he says that he's met the lady that used to be in the wheelchair with her leg.
Yes.
Do you follow now?
Yes, I do.
And he says that he wheels around on the other side and then all at once he forgets. And he says to her, I've forgotten that you're all right, you're just putting on me. And he says, I'm going to show you how good I am, get out of there and walk.
Yes, thank you.
Are you following me?
Yes, I
And he said that when she first said, will you wheel me over there, he never thought that it was right. Until he realised he was puffing on himself. And all at once he said, you know very well that you don't need this. Now get out of it yourself and start walking.
Yes.
Are you following what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm following all right. Thank you.
There seems to be many here that wish to send their best wishes to you. There's a lady that says she's Mrs. Thomas.
Oh, yes. Oh, gosh.
Can you follow her?
Yes, I can.
And she says she's missed John and she's turned the other way. She doesn't want to speak to him.
She would. She's Irish.
Can you follow her?
Yes, I can.
You have to say that I have a gentleman here that is talking about someone named Naomi. It is something to do with Anna.
Yes, Naomi's my daughter.
There's a gentleman here that's sending his best wishes, and he says that it's Abraham.
Thank you.
Do you follow now?
I follow, yes.
And he says we're to tell you about the birthday.
Oh, lovely, yes.
And it's something to do with Naomi.
Yes, in a few days.
Is that right now?
That's right.
He's come to tell you that he wishes to be remembered there, and he's sending his best wishes.
Thank you very much.
Have you followed her?
I follow everything.
But she's around you, and very often you know that she's there.
Good.
Because their thoughts are always with you, and they mingle with those that come from our world. Are you listening?
I'm listening, thank you.
And I have to say to you, you've got some strange people that are coming to you, and that are writing backwards and forwards and all sorts of things.
Yes.
Are you listening?
I'm listening.
And we have to say that you've been sitting quiet, sending your thoughts to those that you've left behind,
That's right.
hoping that they're all right.
Oh, yes.
And you've been thinking also of someone named Maureen.
Yes, yes.
Can you follow what we say?
I follow, yes.
And we have to say that you're going back with some nice thoughts, because you've been saying to yourself it's time that you were able to pull yourself together and had a goal in mind.
Right, yes, right.
Are you listening?
I'm listening, yes.
I have to tell you that your grandmother's come to see you,
Oh, that's lovely.
and she's talking about Jacob.
Oh, lovely.
Can you follow now?
Yes, I can follow.
And they've come to see you because they wish to be remembered to you. And the times yourself when you've had to work in a hard way and not an easy way.
Right. Yes.
And you very often said to some of them around you, if you had to go through the times I went through myself and my family, you'd know what hardship was.
That's right.
Can you follow now?
I can.
But you put it all behind you now,
That's right.
because you found yourself in the heart of spirit.
Yes.
Are you listening?
I'm listening.
And they're all good spirits, including myself.
I'm a Jew.
And I have to say that if you just think of me, you know, as the most handsome man you've ever met, you know,
Yes.
and realise that you only have to think of the most handsome man and you'll find he'll be by your side.
Oh, that's lovely.
And we have to say that your father is also here,
Oh, lovely.
and he's sending his love to his granddaughter.
Oh, very nice.
Are you following what we're saying to you?
Yes, I'm following.
And all the things that you've been adding up, and you've been thinking of this and what you'll have to do that, because it's been a hard way, and you've had to think of things not only for yourself, but for those that you'll leave behind.
That's right.
Do you follow?
I follow.
And so you've been doing things and putting them here and there, and sorting things out,
Right.
because you've got others to think about now, so you've had to change your mind about things.
All right.
Have you listened to what I've been telling you?
Every word, every word.
And it's going through your mind, is it not now?
Absolutely, yes.
And so we have to say to you, just let your thoughts go high as you can,
Thank you.
and you'll find that there will come help for you.
Thank you very much.
And don't change, keep as you are at the moment, because you're going to write a book.
Oh, that's good.
Can you follow?
I can follow.
In fact, you've got some chapters already ready, but you don't know how to put them together.
That's right.
You follow?
I follow.
But you have to wait for the right thing that will link them all together, and it'll bring your past and your future all in one now.
Oh, good.
Can you follow what we're talking about?
I can follow, yes.
And the struggles you've been having, and the way that was opened up for you, and what you learned 2 or 3 years ago.
Yes.
Have you been listening?
I've been listening, yes.
And they heard your prayer when you were speaking about something to do here with Stanley, who hasn't been very well now.
Stanley? I'm not sure.
Is it yourself now?
No, no. I'll think about it.
You do nothing of the kind of that. You let me think about it.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying?
I follow, yes.
Have you had anything to do with Paddy now?
Valley. Oh, On the airplane?
It is something to do with the name.
I'm not sure. I can't place it. No, I don't know.
It's the name of someone that's here.
Barry? I don't know.
It's either Barry or Gary, but the sound comes through like Barry to me.
Barry.
Just leave it alone, don't accept it at all,
All right.
because it'll be a few black marks. I hope that you're listening up there and not letting it sort of pass. I'm going to try myself at it. We have to say that there are 2 Peters here and 2 Peter Williams.
Peter Williamson.
Yes.
But there's another one as well.
Yes.
No, there's something else. There's someone here, because there's a gentleman here that says that there is a John William Williams.
No, I don't know.
There is somebody else that we should have a voice from you. There's someone here that knows the name of Williams as well.
I do. I know the name of Williams. I'm Williams.
Can we have a voice now?
Yes, I am Williams.
You know someone named Peter?
No.
Well, I have a grandson, Peter Williams' son.
We have to say, is it a Peter now?
Peter, is it on this earth? My grandson is Peter
Well,
Williams.
there is someone also by the name of John William.
No.
That's on our side of life. He must have been able here not to get the son on the end of it. It is a William's son, is it now?
Peter Williamson is my grandson on this side.
But he belongs to yourself.
Yes, grandson.
We want to get a voice here to talk to us.
Say yes.
Does somebody know the name of Williamson?
I have a grandson, Peter Williamson, on this side.
He's still here with you.
Yes,
Is that right?
yes.
Well, he's got a grandfather that's on our side here that's trying to get a link with him now.
Oh, well, his grandfather, that's my husband.
Can you follow now?
Yes, if it's my husband. Is
Well, they're saying that we have to pass a message on here to him. Can you follow?
Yes.
Because he's the one that you think the most of now.
Oh, yes, my grandson.
Can you follow?
Yes,
And he's named Peter.
yes.
They want to tell you about him because he's been in your heart
Very good.
and he's always in your mind.
Yes,
Can you follow?
yes.
And you've been sending out love to find out if those belonging to you will help him because he needs the help at the present time.
Thank you, studying.
Can you follow now?
If it was studying, yes.
Because you know very well that he's got to make the grade.
Yes,
And that he's putting so much in it, and you hope that it's going to be a success.
oh, certainly I do.
And we have to say to you, that's why they've come to tell you he's got it in him, and he'll try until he does it right.
Thank you very much.
Can you understand it?
Can.
They want to say that there have been many things that you've had to try and put right. Do you follow now?
Not that one. No, I don't know what you mean there.
We're talking about yourself and your life.
Myself and my life. Yes.
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 Can you follow now?
Yes.
Because you came to a crossroads in your life and you had to make changes.
Yes.
Are you following now?
Yes.
And before you knew where you are, you wanted the Peter to do well because there were other conditions that could have held him back.
Yes, I do want him to do
Can you follow now?
Yes.
And so they've come to tell you about it here.
Lovely.
And they want you to know that Mum's come as well.
What name?
Your mum, mum.
Oh, my mum. My mum.
She says she's still the same and she still cares for you.
I'm sure she
And
does.
because you know very well that you had to stick together when you were here.
Oh, yes.
Because she needed you as you needed her.
Lovely.
Can you follow them?
I can follow.
It is talking about another daughter.
Oh, yes.
Can you follow?
Yes, I can.
And say that we have to say to you they've come to pass on to you their good wishes and love.
Thank
And
you.
tell you you've turned the corner, and so has Peter turned the corner.
Thank you so much. It's meant so much to me at that.
Well, we have to say to you, they wanted to bring it home to you. And they're saying they're looking up to number 8.
Yes, my house, number 8.
That's where it is.
Yes, it is.
Do you follow me?
I do follow.
And I have to tell you it's in a cart.
Yes, yes, it is.
Oh, yes, a little cul-de-sac. Yes.
And we have to say that you go in and you're about the 4th house along now,
I don't know.
before you turn the corner.
Oh,
Yes.
yes,
Are you following me?
yes.
And we have to say you've been happy in many ways there, but there's been someone that's made it very unhappy for you.
How true you are.
Because at number 8 you never know what to expect when you get there.
Are you marvellous? You've told me the truth.
We have to say to you that we want you, if you will, to understand they're close to you. They're talking about something like Stony.
Stony Croft, yes.
Can you follow me?
Yes, Stony Croft, the name of the road.
We have to say they've been in there to look after things for you while you're away.
Thank you.
Because they know there are 2 parts in the house.
Yes.
And you know that sometimes you have to put things by and you have to decide on them. And you realise that when the time comes you cross over, you'll have to tie things up because you know it.
Yes, thank you.
Can you follow me?
I do follow you. Yes, definitely.
And I have to say your mother's brought you some Michaelmas daisies that you used to have in the back garden.
Yes, that of them is spread terrible, the Michaelmas daisies. I didn't want them.
We have to say they brought them back to you so that you'll understand them.
I do, yes I do.
She wants me to ask you if you remember the blue hat with the feather.
Well, that's rather a long time ago.
But you remember it, do you not, Kim?
Yes, I had a little hat with a feather. My doctor.
You used to have a coat with a fur on it.
Coat, yes.
Do you follow what we're
Yes.
talking about now?
Yes, I do.
Because you could never feel happy about the fur.
Gone back a long time ago.
I have to tell you, they're bringing it back just as a memory to you now.
Oh, yes.
And we have to tell you that Ma Jones has come to see you.
Ma Jones.
Someone named Mrs. Jones that was getting on, they used to call her Ma Jones.
Yes, quite a long time ago.
And we have to tell you that she used to live somewhere, is it near to Marley?
Near to Bradford.
And we have to say it must be on the way.
Yes.
Do you follow me?
Yes.
Because they say that you have to come away from where you live.
Oh.
Do you understand that?
Yes. Eventually.
And they brought it home to you so that you'll feel that they're around you.
Oh, thank you, I'm sure they are. And my husband as well.
I hope you listen to that one now, because that made up for the no that I had away here now. I have to come back here because the lady that we've just been talking to, there is someone named Barry that's known to Peter.
Or it might be a friend of his, but I don't know Barry.
That he comes on a bicycle.
Well, yes.
Do you follow me?
Probably a school friend, but I don't know.
Well, you'll find out all about it when you return.
Yeah, oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I'm thinking
Have
about
you been able to pass it on?
Yes, I will. Thank you for my mother coming too. A lovely lady. A lovely daughter.
Yeah, I have to say that I'm back now. Just for a while I was cut away from you. I appealed for the heavenly strength to get me back. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Hey, I have a gentleman here that says his name is James Ross. They used to call him Jimmy Ross now.
Does someone know his name?
Hey, there is someone here that has a link in the north there and has something to do with the link of going to Scotland.
It's me, Paddy.
Just have your voice now.
Yes, Paddy.
That's a nice little weak voice, is it not now?
Hello, Paddy.
Hey, that you've got nice hair, have you not now?
Thanks, so, Paddy.
You shake it about a lot, do you not now?
Yes,
And sometimes it comes over your face, does it not now?
that's right.
And then you blow it away, do you not now?
That's right.
And I'm just having a good blow to see if I can just blow it at the moment away from your eyes. Are you following what I'm saying to you?
Yes, Paddy.
Because it's your golden glory, is it not now?
Yes,
It's
yes.
your crown of glory. Are you listening?
Yes,
Because you very often brush it and brush it and brush it, do you not know?
yes,
Just to get that sheen back, because your mother used to always do it for you.
that's right.
Now you've had to learn to do it yourself.
That's right.
Because you're a big girl now, you're not.
Yes,
Well, we have to say here, there's a gentleman here that's claiming some link with your father.
yes,
Are you listening?
yes,
And they're talking about your mother,
yes.
so she must be with you.
She is, yes,
Do you understand me?
yes.
Eh, but you know a family named Ross.
Yes, that's my grandfather's family.
Well, the gentleman is wanting to come close to you.
Yes,
It was a name that belonged to your past, is it
that's
not?
right,
now?
yes,
Eh, we have to give it to you now because they've passed over and wish to be remembered to you.
yes, yes,
Are you listening?
yes,
And we have to say that you like to go to your walks and you're not very far from the sea.
that's right, yes,
And you go down to the sea and sometimes all those places are closed up on the seafront.
that's right,
And that's the time you like it best.
yes,
In fact, you don't like to go when it's all opened up now.
that's right,
And we have to tell you, they said they've been with you when you went to Edinburgh.
that's right, yes,
And when you went to the Waverley Centre.
yes,
And you went down some glass stairs.
that's right,
Is that right?
yes,
You went to buy a lot of things and you thought you were going to buy a lot and you only came away with a little because of the prices.
that's right, yes,
Are you listening?
yes,
Well, I have to tell you that your gran was with you. Not
thank
the
you.
gran that's here, the other gran.
Right, thank
Because
you.
you've got a gran that's here.
Yes, yes,
Because her grandfather, your grandfather's on our side.
yes, that's
Are you
right,
listening?
yes,
And we have to tell you that you've spent some time with your gran.
that's right, yes, she's not well,
Because she needs the help and the guidance you can give.
yes,
Are
that's
you
right,
listening?
yes, yes,
And we have to say as we're talking to you that she thinks the world of you and she's wondering what she's going to do with if you ever left her.
I wouldn't do that,
Could you follow now?
yes,
Because you don't live far away.
that's right, yes,
And I have to tell you that your mother's gone to see it.
yes, my mother goes along quite a lot, yes,
And we have to say that she's been with her today.
good, I'm glad,
Do you follow what we're talking to you
yes,
about?
yes, Paddy,
And we have to say that you've been sending the prayers that both of them will be all right.
That's
because
right.
they're both a worry to yourself.
that's right, Paddy, yes,
And you're quite prepared to suffer in your own life as long as they're all right until they come over to our side.
That's right.
Are you listening to what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
And in your prayers we've accepted it and said that for a while you've got to devote yourself to their care.
Yes.
And then when you can, you'll find your own happiness in your own time.
Thank you.
And you'll be able then to give the service that you know you want to give.
Yes.
And I have to tell you that a while ago you made a journey to Rosyth.
That's where I stay. That's where I live.
You understand now?
Yes.
And we have to tell you that when you did, you made the journey to Portobello from there.
Yes, that's where my granny stays.
And we have to say that they were in the carriage that you were in.
Yes.
Can you follow them?
Yes, yes.
They were very glad to be able to go with you and tell you they were always around you.
Thank you very much.
And that you've got to realize, and I have to tell you that you've got something religious in your house.
Yes.
It's the praying hands.
That's right, yes.
And you've
upstairs.
got a little cross close by.
That's right, yes.
You follow?
Yes.
And on it you've got some envelopes and papers that you placed there.
Yes, that's right.
And they're to do with your prayers.
Yes, yes.
Are you listening?
Yes, Paddy.
And you've got a picture of a group of you somewhere of where you were doing something outside. An ordinary picture.
Can't think at the moment.
There seems to be a group of you, and you're singing.
Singing?
Hey, I can hear tambourines with you.
Oh, yes, that's in the family.
Can
Yes, I know you are. Yes.
I'd like you to know that I was right, though she said no. I hope you're listening to what I'm saying.
I am, Paddy, yes.
And now you know that they're all around you, and I'm going to say something to you. You may like and love people here, but wait till you see myself.
I look forward to that.
I can tell you that everybody else will fade. Only myself will ever be in your mind. Because I've got rich fire hair. Are you listening?
Yes,
You
yes.
see the shade in your own?
Yes.
Well, if you put a little bit more red in it and shine it up with some gold, then you'll get myself.
Very nice, very nice.
Are you listening?
Yes, Paddy.
And we have to say, you've got someone that belongs to you that's around, that you call him a very, very funny name.
Can't think, Paddy. No?
I can only tell you from what they're telling me here that you've got someone with the initial E. Well, perhaps it'll come later on. We have to give you a name that sounds like Duncan.
That's my name, Paddy.
Well, you've got somebody that belongs to you that's got the initial E.
My name's Yvonne, but it's a lie.
We have to see this. I shall have to leave it for you to think about it.
Yes, thank you.
But isn't it to do with your husband now?
My husband's name's Dennis.
Do you call him another name sometimes other than Dennis?
Unrepeatable.
Well, we have to say there is someone expecting always that you'll call them something. Are you listening to what I'm saying?
Yes, Paddy.
So will you try to remember what I'm saying
I'll
to
try
you?
to remember, yes.
And we have to say that you've pulled together because you've had to do to get yourself through the past 2 years.
That's right, Paddy.
Are you listening?
Yes, yes.
And there's been many a time that you've had to have a straight talk together.
Yes.
Because you can't pull two ways, you can only pull one now.
That's right, yes.
And so we have to say that they wanted to answer your prayer for you by telling you at last you're turning the corner.
Thank you very much.
Are you following what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, Paddy.
And you'll find that things will ease for you.
Thank
And
you
you'll
very
be able to do more than you've been able to do for the past 2 years.
Thank you very much.
Have you got what I'm talking to?
Yes, yes,
We have to say, would you say that it's made your life here?
yes.
Would you say that you now feel happier than you felt for a long time?
Oh, yes, yes.
And are you glad that you now came?
Yes.
Are you listening to what's going on
Yes,
here?
yes.
I want promotion. I'm fed up of being just an ordinary guy. I'd like to be one of those super ones. You have to come back because of the gentleman here that says I've got to give you. I'm speaking to, is it Yvonne now?
Yes.
Did you say Yvonne now?
Yes, I did, Paddy.
We have to say there's someone here that's sending the best wishes to you. Is giving you an ordinary name. It doesn't sound like a Scotch name at all. So therefore you've got a name here that sounds like Harris.
Harrison.
And you know the name.
Yes.
Because of the gentleman here that belongs to the name.
That's right, yes.
Can you follow?
Yes.
And I have got to tell you about John.
Yes.
Because of the gentleman here that's giving the name of John to you.
Yes, yes.
Are you following me?
Yes.
And is brought by your father.
That's right, yes.
Is it correct now?
Yes, yes.
Well, it looks as though we've got to come to a trip. Now, I want you to see that you're all sorry I'm leaving. Now, can you hear the sound coming up now? The sound that they'd like to keep me here all night. Little do they know I shall be here all night. Are you listening now?
Yes.
Now, I have to say to you that some of you have been having your little drinks. Have you not now?
Yes. We'll drink too.
And some of you have been having little parties together.
Yes.
Have you not now?
Yes.
Groups.
Are you listening?
Yes.
And we have to say there is someone here that says he's a grandfather. And he's been talking about someone named Anne.
Yes.
Is there someone named Anne here?
There is.
Well, could there be two Annes?
Yes.
Because there are two contacts here. Can we hear the voices now?
Yes.
There's three. There's three ends.
There are three N's.
Yeah.
But I want an N that's only got two N's and not an E.
I've got just two ends.
I have also two ends.
You have to say that it is someone that makes a journey and seems to go to work somewhere away from where they live now. And seems to be in a very built-up area.
Across the sea.
Like an industrial estate of some kind.
Yes, I work on an industrial estate.
Can you follow me? And you seem to go each day.
Yes.
Is that right now?
Yes.
And there seems to be vans coming and going through a gate.
Yes.
Is that correct now?
That's right.
That it's yourself that they're asking for. And it's talking about a gentleman that's claiming to be a grandfather but belonging to your dad now.
Yes.
Are you listening?
Yes.
And you're getting very mixed up in your mind.
Yes.
Because for a while that you've needed something to take you from the path that you were on that sometimes gets very frustrating here. Are you listening?
Yeah.
And now you're beginning to find out that there are things within yourself.
Yes.
Are you listening? Hey, I can see that you go somewhere where there's a lot of noise now. So you must work where there are people very close to you.
Yes.
And they seem to talk a lot. Is it right now?
Yeah.
It seems as though the yes is only a little half-hearted yes.
I don't know what you mean, talking about.
What do you say now?
There's a factory next door where they work, and they obviously talk.
And you hear a lot of noise, do you not now?
From the factory, yes.
Will you accept that?
Yes.
Because they're talking about that you can hear vans going through the gates.
Yes.
Is that right now?
That's right.
And you seem to be very close to this.
Yes.
Is that right now?
Yes.
Well, the Spirit has come to answer a prayer that's been in your heart and in your mind. Because you feel that you need a fulfillment at the present time.
Yeah.
Are you listening?
Yeah.
You'd hate to think your life was going to go on just as it is.
Yes.
You'd like to feel that there's a turning point somewhere.
Yeah.
And that you've got something to live for.
Yeah.
Are you listening?
Yes.
And we have to say to you, they've gathered around you because they know in your heart that your heart's in the right place. And you're trying to sort things out for the best because you don't want to hurt anyone that's around you.
That's right.
Are you listening?
Yes.
And they want you to follow always your heart because it will help you to get through the situation until the time will come that you'll have to use your mind. Are you listening?
Yes.
So we have to say to you, don't let the worry overcome you. Just keep right and go on the way you are because it will open up for you. Can you follow what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
And we have to ask if you've ever been to Tipton at all.
That's where I work, Tipton.
Well, they keep on saying I was to talk to you about Tipton. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So they're trying to bring it to you. And we have to ask if you've got 3 rings on your finger.
Yes, I have.
Because there's a ring there that means more to you than the other 2.
Yes, it's my mother's wedding ring.
Can you follow?
Yeah.
And they're touching it at the moment because they want you to know that they know what's in your heart. Can you follow them?
Yes,
So, and they say you've been speaking to someone named Jean.
yes, I'm already yes.
And you've been having little things together. Is that right?
Yes, spiritual things.
And we have to say that sometimes, and I have to say this to you, you have a few creaks that happen in your room.
Yes.
And you thought at first it might be our side of life getting in touch with you. Can you follow?
Yes.
But you sit on one of the beds that goes down quite a lot as well.
Yes, I
And you've been talking about it.
do. Yes.
Can you follow me?
Yes.
The first time you did it, you got frightened because you said, I'm ending up on the floor. Is it right?
That's right.
We have to tell you what it is they've been listening to. So I've so enjoyed it myself. Don't be afraid. I shall be visiting you in the early hours of the morning. And I'm told that I shall find bits of jewellery here and bits of jewellery there.
Oh, yes, I'll go to it.
Can you follow?
Yes.
And you like to leave things over the top because you can't get it all in a wardrobe. Are you listening?
Yes.
Here we have to say, we bring this to you. And someone is saying that they saw you a while ago when you had to have a paracetamol, a pill or something. You went to get some paracetamol.
Yes.
Is that right?
That's right.
We want to say it's been nice to see you and to meet you all. And to say to you, I hope you'll miss me as I leave you, but I'll try if I can to see you tomorrow sometime, if it's only just to be seen by you.
Thank you.
May I say good night to you? Sleep well and have happy dreams.
Of a young man, and I felt that he'd been killed in a fall in a mine, and he was trying to call the name of Bill, William Bill,
Does anyone know this?
Yes.
but it was something to do with a mine,
Yes.
in a fall
Yes. Yes.
in a mine.
Yes.
I felt that it cost him his life.
Yes.
really.
Yes.
But there was someone that went as, I don't know whether it's a rescuer or a rescue team, but it was someone that must have been skilled in going to rescue in the mine. I don't know what this means, but it seemed as though it was partly their job, if anything happened, to go and look for people.
Yes.
And whoever this is should be known to you.
Yes.
Does that make
Yes.
sense?
Yes.
And there's a gentleman named Tom who
Yes.
sends his best wishes.
Yes.
But this gentleman that died, I was quite certain, I could see someone going down with a helmet on, you see here, and I saw a ladder, and I felt that somewhere it had something to do where this young man was. But he's come because there was someone belonging to you, whether this was your husband or not, but a gentleman that knew him quite well. But I felt there was a contact with someone else.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
They bring their best wishes to you and send their love. And there is also something to do with some mother's birthday, and it's either yesterday, today, or tomorrow. Something to do with now. And she kept saying, Nellie, Nellie, Nellie. So whoever Nellie is would have a birthday of a mother somewhere. And it's to do with now, this period that we're in now. Definitely Nellie is called. There's no one here whose mother is named Nellie, is there?
Yeah, my mother's Nelly.
Tom?
My mother's Nelly.
The gentleman just behind you there,
Yes.
who is Nellie?
The name rings a bell, but I can't think whereabouts.
It's-
In the
it's got to be
distance
there.
family.
Tom?
Helen Hughes it always comes back to me as Nellie. She's known as Nellie, and it's her birthday.
Oh, that's it. Will you know her? You knew her. She was
Oh,
always
yes, I
known
knew
as
her
Nellie.
birthday.
But it's her birthday now.
You're quite right. I've
Oh.
forgotten that it is.
Well, she wishes to be remembered.
Thank you. No, she
Good.
always comes back as Nellie.
Yes.
Well, you know, when you get old. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. Well, that's it. I got the treasure.